Your Airbnb is dirty. I said it. Do you have spring cleaning scheduled at your property?
We will help you get prepared in today's video. And you gotta check out the last tip, tip number 7, because if it's not on your list, you better get it on there.
Hi, I'm Sarah Karakayan.
And I'm Annette Grant.
And together we are
Thanks for visiting. We've been hosting for well over a decade, welcomed tens of thousands of guests, and earned thousands of 5-star reviews.
Our portfolio continues to bring in over 1.5 million year over year.
And supported not only by the industry's leading brands, but also some of the biggest media outlets.
And we're here to help you with your furnished rental.
Spring cleaning. Honestly, are you supposed to have spring cleaning done before spring starts? Do you not think about it until spring starts? And is it fine if you get it done before summer gets here? Is there a rule?
There is in short-term rental world. Your busy season is coming most likely, and you have got to get in there, get the spring cleaning done, because hopefully you have a full calendar. So you need to block it today.
So today we're gonna go over the top 7 areas of the home that you can focus on to get your spring cleaning checklist started. Of course, if this inspires more areas of the home, more things that you can do, definitely add them to your list. But these are the top 7 things we make sure we hit every single time spring rolls around, and we wanna give our properties a refresh.
Number 1, refresh your living spaces. We're gonna go through the bedroom, the living rooms, the family rooms.
Yes, so let's start with the bedroom, Annette. The number 1 thing that I think people overlook is actually taking off that mattress protector, taking off the pillow protectors, and washing them.
Give them a good spring cleaning. And if you're like us, we now get the mattress protectors. You can zip off the top, but this is a time to actually take the whole thing off and wash it all.
Yes. Other things to think about in the bedroom, the duvet insert. First of all, you can think about it. Do you want to put the duvet insert and the duvet cover back on the bed for summer months? Maybe you want to lighten up the bed and switch to more a lighter feel on your bed, so quilts or coverlets or things of that nature. But regardless, when's the last time you cleaned that duvet insert? The cover I get every single time, but I don't know if hosts are thinking about that insert. What else, Annette?
Oh, if you have any sort of carpets or rugs, let's do some carpet cleaning there. Again, we do baseboards all the time, but this is another time to maybe you want to wax them up. Again, if you have any sort of dressers, this is a time to get in there and vacuum them, dust them, clean all around, and even this is a time to move all the furniture.
I was just gonna say that.
So it's move the furniture and then get the baseboards back there too. We're busy, during turnovers, so this is a time that you can actually get your crew, move the furniture, and make sure everything is getting deep cleaned.
What about those vent covers, right? The registers.
Oh, your ceiling fans, we're always refreshing the ceiling fans, but this is the time to really get after it once all the bedding's off. So if there is any extra dust bunnies or anything, you can really get in there.
We can take the same theories to the living room. Get a professional upholstery cleaner in to do a deep clean of your sofa and your rugs in there. What about throw pillows? Hopefully you can unzip the cover and wash it. If you can't, can you spray some sort of disinfectant?
Or is it time to just buy some new?
Right? Do we donate them? Can the upholstery cleaner also clean those? What else can you think about in tops of the curtains? So if you've got curtains in your bedrooms and living room, when's the last time you took the curtains off the curtain rod or the shears down? Because dust settles on top of them. Maybe you've hit them with the duster every once in a while, but I'm telling you, wash your curtains and you're gonna see dirt that comes out in that water, and it's gonna feel so fresh and so clean when you get those soft goods in these living spaces.
Number 2, we're gonna deep clean our appliances.
Ooh, all right, we got a little list here. I don't wanna forget any of them. So you have your washing machine, so your washer and your dryer. You not only wanna run a cleaning cycle, but when's the last time you actually got into that gasket area, that rubber liner? And let's hope she's not moldy. I've onboarded clients from previous co-hosts and property managers, and I'm like, you're not washing your bedding and towels in here, you're just spreading around this moldiness of the gasket onto them. So make sure it's truly clean in there. You might need to replace parts of it to really refresh it, but now is the time to get in there and make sure it's in top-notch condition.
Yep, and we hire a vent cleaner to come in, get the vents going out of the house. And this is the time too, let's be honest, when is the last time you've actually like wiped down and cleaned the tops of your washer and dryer too, if they're not stackable, even if they are stackable, like getting up there and dusting. So that's the first set of appliances.
I'm thinking, so we have these, I don't know about you guys, we've got washer and dryers that are stacked and they're in a closet. If you can move them out.
That's what I'm saying. We need a team when we're doing this spring cleaning.
This is no joke, right? And so, and that's actually a great tip, Annette. It might not be your usual cleaner who does this. You might need, there are specialty companies out there that handle these types of cleans. It might take that, maybe you're rolling up your sleeves and getting it done, but now is the time to do it.
And maybe it's even your cleaning team plus you, plus maybe a family member
all
or
hands
two
on deck.
helping out. So now we're going to move on to predominantly kitchen appliances at this point in time, but this is the time to really deep clean everything. You know, your refrigerator, you can pull that out, get underneath on the side from top to bottom there. Your oven, no, that needs a good cleaning. This is like your garbage disposal, your
dishwasher.
Thank you. I could not think of that. Your microwave, all of it. It
Coffee
is like
maker.
underneath, on the sides, on the top,
Take it
all
apart.
around.
Yeah, take it apart. Are the parts still all good? Does anything need to be replaced there? So get in there, get your elbows dirty, and if it's not you, call a professional. Here's the tip with the dishwasher. When you open up that dishwasher, you should be doing this more than every spring, but you've got that, it catches all the food particles. I can't think of the name of it. But you got to unscrew that.
It's in the depths.
When you open the door, there's that lip underneath the door. Depending on what make and model you have, they're not all created equal, and some allow the dishwashers to get really built up over time, like all that dirty water they're taking off the dishes. So make sure, again, all the nooks and crannies of your appliances. Number 3, kitchen inventory check. While we're in the kitchen already with all those appliances, now it's time to get into the kitchen itself.
Ooh, and here's what normally happens with the kitchen. You're going to have things that you never put in there have made their way in, that guests have purchased and brought in, and then you're going to have things that are probably missing. So we're being serious here. This is where you want to pull everything out. I'm the organizer of like, you got to pull everything out of every cabinet, every drawer, and that's where you want to wipe those down again too, top of the cabinets, in the cabinets, side of cabinets, because it's the kitchen. It can get crummy.
And you'll notice that I said inventory check, okay? Now is the time. Do the knives all match? Are there enough to not only meet, like if you house 6 people, you don't want 6 knives. You probably want more like 18 or more, right? So they don't have to use one knife for the dishwasher and then they have no other knives to use in the house. Same goes for your bowls and your glassware and your mugs.
We were just at a property earlier today, and we were doing some filming in the kitchen, and we were doing inventory, and it was like, it's almost every item, it was like, oh, we need to add an additional, you know, it's like random. You might have more bowls for some reason, less plates. It's like, this is always things that you need to be inventory, but this springtime is take that full inventory. And maybe actually, you know, when you're purchasing more, hold some back. Always order more than you think you're going to need.
Yeah, have it in your supply area. How about if you offer any sort of storage for leftover food? Again, people stay in our short-term rentals because we have kitchens. And if they make food and they have leftovers, first of all, do they have a place to put the leftovers? And then if you offer any sort of Pyrex or Tupperware, do the lids match
Does it
up?
match? Yeah.
Did they put them in the dishwasher and now they're like deformed? They don't fit anymore. I'm serious. You know what I mean? Like
the deformity. Yeah, like you know, what the plastic gets too hot and then it can't.
How about the handles on your pots and pans? Are they tight? Are the handles on your cabinets? Are they tight? Really, just like get in there, try all the things, take them apart, put them back together again. Wipe on all the cabinets. How about the top of your cabinets? If your cabinets don't go to the ceiling, all that dust has settled on the top. You can get your vacuum up there, get that cleaned. What else we got? I think that's a lot of it.
Yeah.
And that's getting grossed out over here, everyone.
I'm not getting grossed out. There's just a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of work I need to do.
Yeah.
Number 4, that bathroom maintenance and upkeep. We want to get in there. First and foremost, you know, do you have a shower curtain, shower liner, shower door? This is where we want to make sure we are really doing a deep clean there or buying new if we need to. I'm saying this with like a sigh because this feels like it's a battle, a constant battle of making sure all of the caulking is always refreshed. That is just a place where I see wear and tear everywhere I stay, from short-term rentals to hotels. It is just, they're kind of constantly being,
But you know why?
battered.
I'm gonna call out some people. Like, you do get what you pay for with caulking. There is caulking that you can get that is mold resistant, and it has 10 years lifespan. Like, invest in the good materials.
Okay.
And because with caulking, you have to remove the old stuff before
Right,
you put
to
the
actually
new
put 'em-
on. So if you're gonna do this, which we recommend you do because there's nothing nicer looking than fresh caulk, remove the other stuff, the old stuff completely, and then invest in the good stuff this next time. It is more expensive, but I mean, gosh, taking it caulk off, like, it's hard. It's not fun.
But it is a place that you can just see so quickly if something's clean and what kind of wear and tear is there. The other thing that we want you to do during the spring cleaning is really snake your drains. I mean, this is something that you can see my hair, it's a daily battle in my own home. I can only imagine compounding with each and every guest. They don't care.
No.
They are the hair's going.
I like
wherever
whenever
it's
I'm in my
going.
shower, my hair comes out. I try to
Right,
You don't be grossed out. I put it on the wall though, so at the end of my shower, I can take it off and throw it away. Guests aren't doing that for you.
No, it is just going to be, and it's all drains, because
Yeah.
even like you're saying, you just want to take the time, get it done. You will thank yourself.
How about your grout? Maybe you spot treat it here and there, but what if you got a really good steamer in there and got to all your grout,
That is
making sure
satisfying.
it's
The steamer is satisfying.
Yeah, make sure that's clean. If you have any windows in your bathroom, open them up. Make sure, get in there, get after it. Again, everything's tightened. If you have cabinets in there, if you've got mirrors, if you've got light fixtures, those need dusted, taken apart, put back together again. Do your light bulb colors match? Get after it. Number 5, safety and HVAC maintenance.
Oof. Yeah.
We combine the two because depending on what kind of furnace or AC you have, if they're gas powered, if it's
Mini splits.
it's a whole thing. So get them serviced, get them cleaned.
The filters changed.
Yes.
Clean the inside, clean the outside.
Yep.
You just want to make sure they are in working order, because you don't want to ruin a guest day with that.
When it comes to safety, are you stocked with flashlights, light bulbs? Are your smoke detectors, do those need vacuumed on your ceiling because those where the sensors are can get dusty?
Do you have ladders to your upstairs? Has anybody removed those? Put them in. Check anything that is safety related in your home. This is the time you should be checking it on every turnover. This is the time to go through slowly, meticulously, make sure that all of your fire extinguishers are there and ready for anything that they might need.
We can go back to tip 1 with the living spaces. If your rugs are curling up and you've tried to remedy it, or you've moved it around the living room and they're still curling up, now's the time. Buy the corners for the curlers, or remove it altogether. I know we love rugs, they add color, but again, safety, safety, safety.
Number 6 are the windows to the walls.
Okay.
Here's the deal. We all know it. It's time to get out the paint. The walls get scuffed up. You need to refresh it. I know it feels like sometimes a losing battle, but have that 1 week of the year where you feel like you're winning, which is spring cleaning. And also, your windows, the interior and exterior of your windows.
Get the screens out.
Yeah.
People might want to open up the windows, let fresh air in. Make sure it's safe.
Yeah, it's just this, and this is one of those things that I'm telling you, this is not, this list that we're going through, this is A, not for the faint of heart, and 2, this is not trying to cram this in between stays. You really need to block some time off, especially if we're going to be doing this grout, we're going to be doing the painting. You need to have proper drying time. And this might be your deck also, depending on what's going on outside, you might need to paint that.
You're jumping ahead.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Oh, I
But
got
you know what?
excited.
It's 'cause you get
Windows to the
excited.
walls to the deck.
But actually, I have a TFE pro tip for you all. So Annette just said, this can't just be this couple hour thing that you do, right? We're getting in deep, we're rolling up our sleeves. Budget for this, right? I know that we all want to I once had a client who we were booked. It was a very popular property. We were booked out a lot, and getting them to like let the home breathe and let us get in there and deep clean was a little bit of a challenge. I get it. Like you're missing
Because
out
you're
on
like closed for business.
Right, you're closed for business, but you've got to do this. And so if you're getting into your high season, or maybe you're listening to this and you are in your high season and you didn't do this yet, I don't know, like having a fresh space has been like turned over every square inch, I think is worth it for my pride of welcoming the guest in there. And so next year too, budget to be down for a couple days, budget for extra team members so you can move all the furniture and just have that be a part of your operations. Number 7, Annette already alluded to this, but the outdoor patio and prep. We're gonna paint it maybe. We're gonna scrape it, we're gonna paint it.
Oh, hopefully
You know what my favorite thing is? We're gonna power wash it. The sidewalks, the back patio, it is so satisfying to do that. If you've got like a rug out back on your patio, on your front porch, taking that up and getting underneath it, maybe you want to clean off the house siding with your power washer.
Yeah, power washing the siding.
You probably want to make sure those gutters, you probably did this like at the beginning of fall time to get them ready for the leaves, but how do they look now that fall and winter are over? Are there sticks in there from like the spring storms, you know? What else we got outside? Those are the big ones. And here's the thing with outdoor patio prep and why I told you it was, if it's not on your list, it needs to be, because I think we underestimate, I don't think I know, your appearance when a guest pulls up, that curb appeal absolutely plays into, and that guest leaves you a review on value and the check-in process. So like that curb appeal appears twice in what comprises your entire review.
And sometimes we get so focused when we think spring cleaning. We
Inside.
think inside the walls.
Yeah.
But you really have to go outside of the 4 walls also. In the comments below, please, can you share with us your number 1 cleaning tip? Because everybody that watches this video is going to be able to learn from you. And as hosts, we need to be sharing those tips.
And if you want to keep on the cleaning content, we've got a video all about what if your relationship with your cleaner is kind of going south and you're not sure how to repair it? We've got a video all about when it might be time to let go of your cleaner and giving you the power to do so. With that, my name is Sarah Karakayan.
I'm Annette Grant, and together we are.
Thanks for visiting.